All right. From what I've heard, which isn't much, but from what I've heard, a lot of people might disagree with me about this point. I'm just gonna say that Nope is Jordan Peele's most important movie. Of course, I haven't seen Get Out or yeah, if he made other movies that I yeah that I don't know about. I haven't seen those, so take that with a grain of salt. However, I do think this is a very important and very effective movie for what it is, and I've heard from my partner that it didn't get very strong reviews. I mean, I don't know exactly what that means, but it just sounds like a lot of people didn't like it and were saying that it felt disjointed and etc. I kind of agree with that actually. Um, when I went in and first started watching it, actually, even from watching the trailer, I was a little bit like hesitant. It looked good. Well, it looked like interesting enough and like entertaining enough that I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to see that. But I wasn't sure it was gonna like land. I wasn't sure how good it would be, and even watching the beginning. Okay, well, let me stop for a second. Okay, two things here. One, there's definitely going to be spoilers in this. So if you plan to watch this movie and you don't like spoilers and you haven't seen it yet, then just pause here, go watch it, and then come back to this video later, and then you can tell me what you think. Uh, and two, oh my god, my cat is freaking out. What is she doing? Oh my god. She really wants to play, poor baby. But I am recording this right now, so that's gonna be a minute. Uh, two, oh my god, what was two? Oh yeah, two was all of the stuff that I'm about to say, for all I know, is already the most popular opinion out there. Might already be something that Jordan Peele has said or that other people have said about this movie. I don't know because I don't like to hear anything or read anything about a movie before I go watch it if I'm especially excited to see it. And this is one of those movies. What are you doing, kitty? Cookie. What's up, Cookie baby? You need some help? Aw, she's such a cutie. Anyway, I don't like to hear things about movies beforehand. I just feel like it affects my experience too much. I don't want to have all that affecting my experience. I just want to watch the movie for what it is, and then, maybe I'll hear more about it later. All that to say, sorry if I'm just repeating things that are already out there. Uh, this is just my perspective. Oh my god, Cookie, hold on, I gotta pause because this is too pitiful. Where was I? I think I was apologizing for repeating what's probably already out there because to me this seems pretty obvious. Uh, I don't know. Maybe it is, and so maybe I'm just repeating things. However, I feel like this movie is incredibly important for talking about or for showing trauma. It seems to me like it's a movie about trauma in like the most part, for the most part. There's a couple other themes, I think, but to me it seems mostly about trauma. And as somebody with PTSD, I felt like I could relate to everything that was like all of the moments that I think we're supposed to hit. Uh, I, like the moments that I think were supposed to be significant, I could relate, or see like how it was related to trauma. I do have PTSD, and maybe that made these things stick out for me. Maybe, yeah. Um, However, it's not just a movie that puts that out for you, like, oh, this movie is about trauma, and it's not obvious. Like, there's a lot of movies. I just got through watching one recently that I thought was kind of similar, and I'm not saying this other one was like a bad movie, but it just didn't quite approach this in the same way. It was more of like, this is obvious what this movie is about, and that was, I am completely blanking, but coincidentally or not, it was about a brother and sister whose dad dies, and they are left to like deal with his ranch and like the fallout from that, and the fact that he was a terrible dad, like neglectful emotionally. In that movie, he's at one point also physically abusive, which don't I don't remember that. I don't think that was a thing with Nope. But it was just done differently. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it was just a very comparable movie, coincidentally, that came out recently. Not a horror movie, just a family drama. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Nope is not like a family drama that you might expect to be about trauma. Didn't mean to rhyme there, sorry. It was not funny. I mean, yeah, the movie was like, Nope is funny in parts, but the point I'm trying to make is like the points that were not necessarily as funny. Um, okay, I might have to make a longer video to do like full analysis of this. Oh my god, we're going on 7 minutes. This is so long to say nothing. Ugh, I gotta really like pare down my videos. Um, so yeah, but I just think it was about trauma. There were a few moments that I felt like I related to, and I wish I could make like a full analysis right now, but I'm just doing like a hot take. Um, Basically, I guess you can call that. No research done, knew nothing about this movie before going. Have not looked up anything afterward, except that my partner told me it did not have the best reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. So all I have is the trailer and watching the movie and my own life experience to go on. Um, and yeah, that all made me think that this movie is about trauma, and it's a really incredible vehicle, I guess, for getting that idea out there, because it's all emotional. It's not like telling you, it never tells you this is about trauma, even though it does, obviously, if you're like looking, but it's more like it feels you. That does not sound right. That does not sound right, but it like creates the emotions to bring you through this journey and to show you like this is what's happening. Um and yeah, that just felt really impactful to me. It felt more real in a way, even though it's a completely like unrealistic movie. It's like got unrealistic monsters in it. Well, monster. Uh, it comes back to like the emotional part of it. I don't know. Sorry, I just had like two different thoughts there. Oh my god, I could just see my brain. And this is part of PTSD, right? Which is something that brings me back to like when the beginning of the movie happens. It felt really disjointed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, this is not starting out well. This is not good. Like what? Like I was just like feeling like, well, it's gonna get better. It's not starting out necessarily like bad enough that I think it's gonna be like a bad movie, but it did feel really like disjointed in the beginning. It just felt like there were a lot of starts before it actually got rolling. Like you would think, oh, it's starting, and it's like, oh, no, that now something other is starting. But it's just like, I don't know, it just kept starting. And if you watch it, maybe you'll realize what I'm talking about there. It just felt like it was a slow start, but not in the way that it was like dragging on, more like they kept starting it. You know, there's a lot of movies where like it ends, but then like the movie keeps going and then it ends again, and you're like, well, this should have ended like 5 endings ago. Like, and it's not like a purposeful thing like Clue where they, you know, they set out the endings. There's more just like, all of the other stuff after this point really didn't need to happen. That's where the story ended, and it should have ended there. But this one was more like, this movie should have started like 5 starts ago. uh However, coming back to PTSD, and the whole point was, I don't know if that part was intentionally supposed to be that way. I feel like a lot of this was intentionally supposed to reflect what it's like to have trauma. Um, in the movie, I felt like a lot of it was supposed to reflect trauma. And I don't know if those starts were intentionally like that, but looking back after I came to the conclusion that it was about that, looking back to the beginning, I felt like, oh, that does fit because it's accurate to what it's like to sort of switch through all of these moments, and all of these feelings, like in a very disjointed manner. Um, and I'm saying a lot. Ugh, okay. Not what this video is about. I'm just noticing it. And yeah, so I just felt like that was really effective too. Like I said, I want to do a longer video. This is already pretty long. Maybe what I mean is I want to do a more structured video on what I thought about it and just point out how it's parallel to trauma. I don't know if Jordan Peele intended this or not. If he didn't, then I swear it was like some subconscious urge that just came out in the movie, in the storytelling, because it's just so parallel. And I mean, it goes, it's important to note that there are parts of the movie where literally actual traumatic things happen and not to do with the monster, but like just in people's lives. So yeah, my partner's home now, so I'm going to go, and I will come back and hopefully do a more structured analysis of this, because I would like to do more movie analysis stuff. I've always liked movies, and yeah, I've been wanting for a long time to just do movie analysis. I don't think that's going to be like the channel or whatever, but I would like to do that in there, like 100 movies that influenced me when I was growing up and viewing them as an adult, that kind of thing. All right, well, this was a little unstructured, but hope you got something out of it. Hope that you enjoy this movie and get a chance to watch it, or vice versa. That you get a chance to watch this movie and you enjoy it. All right, bye.